Hey everyone, and welcome into the garage. Today we're going to do a real quick build review for K&N Model Truck Kits 2018 Dodge Powerwagon 2500 Full Risen Kit. Got this finished up probably a couple months ago now. By now you've already seen the completed photographs. Now it's time to talk about it. I think time to do something a little different and do an actual build review. Overall, this was a decent kit to build. Before I go any further, I do want to mention, yes, this was painted with Scalefinishes. It was Dodge Silver. I don't remember the exact paint code name, but it's one of the colors you can get on the Dodge Powerwagon. Also, it's also not a 2018, it's actually a 2019. 2019, they changed the headlights and taillights, and they're reflected on this. If you look at the 2018 headlights and taillights, are a little bit different. Another thing I did change out was the tires. I didn't like the risen tires. So I went with a set of tires from Scenes Unlimited, and they fit just fine. So again, overall, it was a decent kit to build, a decent risen kit. There are definitely worse risen kits out there you could probably build. Like I said, there wasn't really a whole lot of issues with this kit. I think a couple might have been builder inflicted, so nothing really major to complain about. It was pretty much a straightforward build. The one issue to point out, and this was nothing my doing, it was the kit itself. The hood is a little bit smaller than the opening. Again, not a big deal. Doesn't really take away much from the kit. Doesn't have anything to do with the building, but again, it's a slight issue. The only real issues to speak of with the kit, one will be the windows. At least for me, I had issues with the windows. They come pre-shaped, but mine were just a little bit bigger than the openings they needed to go in, which doesn't make sense. If you're going to pre-shape them, why not make them the actual size of the openings? But nonetheless, they weren't, so you had to trim them, which was fine, but they didn't like being sanded. And for sanding, trying to sand them to get them to fit the curve of the frame, they didn't like that. The material would glob up, basically. You had to basically pull it off. Sanding wasn't an easy task for the clear plastic, or whatever material they used. My only real big complaint with the windows. And also, I don't know if you can see it there, I tried to shape the window to match the curve of the opening of the frame, of the window frame, and the side of the cab. Didn't work too well. I kind of put that crease in there. I should have probably heated it up a little bit. My fault there. And so the other issues, we'll go on the bottom side, and comes to with the frame. The frame went together pretty well. I think I screwed up with my frame jig, and I didn't get it symmetrical on each side. One side was a little bit, they weren't even symmetrical on each side, so I had to do a little bit of trimming and some stuff on some areas to get everything to line up and fit how it should. The other issue on the underside would be the rear axle, and it was trying to attach the brackets for the control arm and the shocks. I had the PE pieces, you have to bend them, shape them, which is fine, but there wasn't really any good access points, or there weren't any mounting points or anything on the axle. They just kind of went, but they just didn't, for me, I just had a tremendous amount of issues getting them to stay and to attach and all that stuff, and ended up bending one so many times it broke into many pieces. It was just a complete pain in the ass dealing with those brackets, at least for me. Don't worry about the dry shaft. It came loose moving it around at the club meeting a couple months ago, last month, as I just haven't put it back in its place. I had some fit issues up front between the cab, the bed, the bumper and stuff. I don't think it's fitting as close and as tight as it should. Again, I'm not sure. So I think that's it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.